What is up, Wholesale to Million family? We're back with another subscriber first Wholesale Deal interview. So typically I get my guests to give you guys all the nuggets, exactly how they close their first deal. There is no sales pitch. So get a pen, get a piece of paper, sit down, take some notes. And after this, you must take the action because knowledge without execution is worthless, my friend. And if you enjoy this, please show my guest and your boy King Kong some love. Boom! Smash that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Wholesale to Million family. Be sure to boom, smash that subscribe button. If you haven't followed me on Instagram and TikTok, be sure to do so. Just go to Khang, KHANG.WTM. I see that Anthony's like, hey, I got to turn this down. This guy's loud.
Just blowing my ears out.
Yeah. So anyways, you guys, if you recently closed your first wholesale deal, I love to bring you on and interview just like this. And the reason we do this is to give back to those of you who were struggling trying to get that first wholesale deal done. I was there 10 years ago. It took me 6 months to do my first deal. It was a lot of stress, a lot of grind, a lot of work that needs to be put in. And so when I see people on there, especially those that are starting out, close their first deal, you know, it gives me a lot of faith, it gives me a lot of belief to keep pushing forward, knowing that one day the seeds that I plant today, one day I'm going to harvest it. And dude, I'm telling you right now, if you just keep pushing, keep going, take it one day at a time, you got to put in the WORK, plant those seeds. And I promise you, one day you too will be right here on this channel with me. But no further ado, help me bring on Anthony. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Glad to finally be here.
Anthony, what's the catchphrase?
Let's go get this money.
Boom! So, Anthony, how much was your first wholesale deal?
My first wholesale deal was for $35K.
Woo! Dang, dude. I should have done an intro saying $35,000 on a first wholesale deal. Dude, first of all, man, I want to say congrats, bro. That's a big payday.
Thank you. Took a while, but paid off.
How did it feel, dude?
Felt amazing. I mean, just exactly what you said. I mean, it was just a long, hard process. But seeing these videos of young kids, you know, banging out deals when I was, you know, kind of falling off, lacking motivation, focused more on other things, kept me going, and it finally paid off. So it felt amazing.
Dude, I want to say, man, awesome for you, dude. And now, Anthony, how long did it took you, dude, since the time that you discover wholesaling and actually implementing?
It took honestly about a year since I saw your first video.
Dude, wow. Hey,
yeah.
Was I the first one that you saw?
You were the first one. So,
bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for the love and continued support, dude. You finally made it onto the channel. I'm happy for you.
It always takes me a little longer to achieve my goals, but eventually I do get there. So
good.
That's what matters.
That's all it matters. Now, Anthony, quick question for you, man. So did you family on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok? Where at, dude?
TikTok was the first time I saw your pretty face, and then I transitioned over. I transitioned over to YouTube from there and started just learning.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So, yep. Anthony, let's jump into, man. Dude, you look super young. How old are you, bro?
I'm 25.
25, man, yep. Dude, I didn't discover real estate until I was 27. So okay. You are like 2 years ahead of me, bro.
There we go.
So, Anthony, man, just let's a little background, a little story about yourself, dude, and kind of what you did before, and then how did you decided to, get into wholesaling?
Yeah. So it's kind of a crazy story. I'm an athlete full time. So I competed in wrestling at Penn State University, where I was a national champ there. And then the next goal was to make the Olympic team. And so I was, in that process, I actually got hurt. I hurt my shoulder, so I needed surgery. So I was, pulled out of the qualifying for the Olympic trials, and couldn't pursue that goal anymore. So I was kind of knocked down, had a lot of extra time on my hands, and then the pandemic hit. So it was like, now I had all this time on my hands, so I couldn't train. I couldn't do what, I've done all my life. And so that's when I came across one of your videos on TikTok that introduced me to another passion in real estate, which, I never knew that I had another passion outside of training and competing. And so I kind of just became obsessed with that. With real estate and wholesaling in general, and just dove head first. and learned everything I could. And then, training started picking back up. I started getting healthy again. So wasn't doing as much, but I was still kind of, always watching your videos, always cold calling, reaching out, and then finally ended up, closing my first deal, like I said, a year later.
Man, dude, Anthony, I gotta say something, bro. Look,
Yeah.
the cross that you have, dude. Dude, do we have the same one, bro?
It's very similar.
So I don't know how much yours is, man, but mine is mine was I think it cost me almost $1 because I went to one of those machine where you put in 50 cents.
Yeah.
And it got the claws that comes down. Yeah. Bro, and I was just staring at your cross because it seemed like we got the same one, bro.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
so,
I got the vibe.
Dude, good for you for sticking with it, man. I think a lot of people, the hardest thing I think when people are starting out is that they get really excited, right? Like whichever path that you decided to do, like you get really excited, and then that excitement is starting to fade away when after like a month or 2 months, right? You're starting to lose the excitement. You start to lose the motivation because now when you first start out, there's a lot of things for you to do. So you felt like you were making progress. You felt like you were you were growing, you were doing something. And then you realize, oh, I've done everything, but there's no results.
Yep.
Right? But the results doesn't come right away. It's just basically doing the same thing over and over again every single day until you get that first deal. And that's what I think that's what gets people to like, to lose the excitement and then jump for another shiny objects. And then now they feel like they're learning something new again. And it's just, to me, when people don't see progress, that's when they lose the excitement, and that's when they go back to their original lifestyle.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah, when that high kind of wears off.
Yep.
And then you're just putting your head down and grinding, which thankfully, I had to do the same thing with wrestling and build my way up there. So when it came down to it, I knew if I was consistent with it and follow through, eventually results would come. So that's for sure the way it works.
Good for you, bro. Good for you. Anthony, this is what everyone has been waiting for, man. Let's talk about the 35 G's, dude. So share with everybody the exact process. No secrets. How you found the seller to how you actually found the buyer and close on it, the whole thing, bro.
Okay. So starting off, I was doing all the things that you preach. I was pulling lists on PropStream. I was cold calling. I was driving for dollars. But the mistakes that I was making was that I was focusing too much on specific deals before I even reached out. So I was wasting a lot of time and not really getting the volume of leads. So if I drove past the house, I'd find out everything I possibly could about the house, all the work I need to do and everything before I even reached out. And then, ended up the seller wouldn't be interested in selling. So it was all a waste of time. And so I was wasting a lot of time there and not bringing in the volume that was needed. And so I wasn't getting a deal months after months of cold calling and driving and doing all that. And then the way I found this one, go ahead.
Yeah. So Anthony, I am going to stop you right there just so I can break down exactly what you said, because I made that same mistake when I first started. And I think here's what Anthony's saying for those of you who don't understand. So what it is that you go ahead and then you look at a piece of property, you check out the ARV, you're trying to estimate the rehab cost, like you're trying to do all the research, like you even drive to the property and look at it and everything, right? But you haven't even gotten on the phone with the seller. You haven't even qualified the leads, and you're trying to do all this. You're spending all the time, you're wasting all the time doing all the research when you haven't even got on the phone, qualified the leads yet. See if the seller's even motivated to sell. See if they're even coming close to your numbers. After that, then, so that's why my thing is that, typically my VAs now is that whether they're doing the cold call or they're taking inbound call, the first thing you got to understand is you got to filter and qualify your leads just to see if that is even within the ballpark of where you need to be. And then after that phone call, the first phone call shouldn't be negotiating, shouldn't be trying to lock that property on a contract, should be building rapport, getting all the numbers that you needed. And then after you get off the phone, right, then you can go ahead and spend the time doing the research if the number's within your ballpark. Okay? So that way you don't waste time. Keep going, Anthony.
Yeah, so that was like the one big mistake I was making, and I would get on calls, I would get right there to close, and then it would fall through. So it was just like, it was a couple months of that process. And then one day I was visiting my house back in my family's house back in Princeton, New Jersey, and I looked next door and there was a perfect lead. It was, my neighbor's house was kind of run down. The siding was peeling. The grass was long, and, it was vacant. So I knew my neighbor had been in and out of the house for as long as I can remember. So I was like, might as well reach out to him and see if he'd be interested in selling. Turned out he was. And so that became my first actual lead that I followed through with. And so I at first we were going to flip the property. My father's a contractor, so I was looking to flip that property, and I gave him a couple options based on how much involvement he wanted in the process. That was taking too long as well. He was, traveling, not getting back to me. The contract was taking too long to draw up. So I switched into wholesale mode. I said, hey, would you be interested in just selling this to me straight out? And he said yes. And so then I got locked under contract for $390, and then ended up wholesaling it for $425.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
So, dude, so you got under contract for $390, and yep. What's the ARV on it?
$650, around $650.
Dang, mm-hmm. Dude, that's almost what? It's dude. Let me see how much. Okay, so $650 minus 30%. So $450, and how much it cost to rehab the property?
It was pretty run down, a big property, about 2,600 square feet. So anywhere from like 75 to 100K.
Okay, so 75 to 100,000. I see. Got it. Okay, it's 100K to rehab it. It's a single family home.
Single family, yep.
Okay, and then how much earnest money did you put down?
Zero.
Mm-hmm. And dude, if you don't have zero, no, dude, I don't even want to go there. But okay, so you didn't put any down. Okay, now let's talk about how did you found, and how long was the contract that you have with the seller for?
So it was 30 days from the accepted offer.
Okay.
Okay, and then I found the cash buyer pretty soon after. Posted in the Facebook group, the local RIA.
Oh, nice.
Yep, and then had a little bit of interest there. Was reaching out to Craigslist ads, this and that. Had my first visitor come walk the property from the Facebook group. Loved it. Offered full price off the bat. And so assigned it to him. And then 2 weeks later, he was having trouble with his hard money lender. They wanted too much money down, the area, this and that. So he fell through. And another mistake I made along the way is I just assumed that the EMD would be magically deposited. And so he committed to $5K within 3 days. And I was so focused on getting the deal done, I forgot to even check up on it. So when he canceled on it, lost that, didn't get that $5K. So missed out on that. Could have made $40K on the deal.
Yeah, dude.
You live and you learn.
Yeah. So Anthony, so let me talk. We just had a property that the buyer fell out twice. They put $5K down. All right. They found a lender. They're going to move forward to close on it. The daytime, they said the lender, same thing. Boom. I told them, lost $5K. Dude, I end up making more money because the buyer fell out, and we have to find a new buyer. So I end up made an extra like 10 G's on it.
Damn. Yeah. It's
dude,
crazy.
Yeah. So for those of you who's listening, all right, when you deal with the buyer, you want them to put the most as possible. And the best way is not for you to pitch them and say, hey, I need X amount, but ask them first, how much can they put down? Because I know some of you like, $1,000. Dude, $1,000 to a cash buy is nothing.
Yeah.
That is pennies. All right. We typically get minimum of 5,000. I have buyers that drop off 20 G's. Right. Damn. So all I do is I just ask them. I never the one who give the number first. I don't care if I'm negotiating with my mama, my papa, my wife, dude, my chihuahua, dude. I ask them what you want. Always ask them, because a lot of times you think, oh my God, $2,500, that would do it. But if you ask them, they'll be like, hey, you know what? I can put down 10 G's.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the more the merrier, the more the better. So that way they have skin in the game. So if they back out, guess what? You got to keep that 10 G's, and then you find yourself the next buyer. And then now, before I let Anthony continue here, going back to wasting your time. I see a lot of you, what you do is you get on the phone with the seller, and you don't even talk about the price, right? Because you don't even ask them how much they're looking to get. the next thing you do is you set an appointment to go out and to see the property. Dude, I did that when I first started out. Like it takes time. Like you typically, when you go out and meet the seller, typically it's an hour appointment. That's not including you driving there and driving back. Like how many of those can you do a day? Right? So basically, you're gonna kill your whole entire day going out to see unmotivated seller. So you want to make sure you qualify them. If you're gonna go meet them, they gotta give you a price. Like you gotta have a price just to see if it fit. I would not go out and just meet any seller. It's just a waste of time. Qualify, qualify, qualify. Only spend your time with seller that are motivated. Okay.
And that's what kills that motivation, is when you're doing all that with unmotivated sellers,
Yeah,
week after week, and then you're just like, this is never going to follow through. So yeah, that's what definitely hurts. So qualify those leads for sure.
gotcha. Okay, so Anthony, that buyer fell out. Okay,
Yep.
and then how do you found your next buyer?
So I just went right back to work. There was another flipper who was interested in the beginning of the deal. So I reached back out to him, said, hey, buyer fell through. You want to come see the property? Loved it again. Committed to the 425. Got the 5K down this time. And then and then
You were a quick learner, dude.
yeah, fast learner. And so then I closed about 5 weeks later. And there was a lot of hurdles in those 5 weeks as well. I was doing it in New Jersey. So I don't know if you know, there's like a new law where everyone has to be aware of the assignment
Yep.
deal going on, right? So everyone had to sign off of it. The lender, the seller, the buyer, everyone had to be aware of the assignment deal, which was fine, but just it took time.
Sure.
And then the buyer had to perform a bunch of inspections on the property, which I wasn't aware of. And then his hard money lender was dragging his feet as well. So got through all that and then finally closed about 5 weeks later.
Good for you, bro. Good for
Yeah.
you. Hopefully, I pushed the right button. Yes. Okay. Good for you, bro. And a lot of times, your first deal might be the hardest, but don't even though it's the hardest, but you got to look at the good side because it's the hardest. You're able to learn a lot from it.
Mhm.
If your first deal was easy, you're not going to learn much from it. So,
Yep.
so embrace the struggle. So, Anthony, my question to you, bro, is that now, if you have to expose the 35,000 assignment with the seller, how do you go about that?
So I basically explained to him that we need to do a lot of work on the property, and so we need this money to start getting to work on it, and that was pretty much it. He was cool with it. He said, am I getting my 390 no matter what? I said, yeah, and it was fine.
Dude, bro, but that is dude, that's exactly what I would say. So super
Mhm.
smart, man. I'm telling you, like entrepreneur, like, dude, typically people that are like hustler, dude, they're very like we're very quick on our feet.
Yeah,
Like we'll come up with things, we'll come up with solution. So
just figure it out. Yeah.
and I think this is going to help a lot of you because a lot of you run into the fact where, hey, Khang, what if the seller asked me about this? This is perfect. You just
Mhm.
tell them that is the amount of money that we need to borrow from our hard money lender to get the work done on the property. That's
Yep.
it. Perfect.
Mhm. Yeah. So that
So
worked out.
good, man. Awesome.
Mhm.
So Anthony, man, to wrap this up, man. So what are some tips, some feedback that you can give? I mean, okay. So now, Anthony, before that, man,
Mhm.
do you have any other deal in the pipeline?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much back to full training now, so I'm not doing as much. But as of today, actually, it's funny because we were supposed to do this, but it's got
Yeah.
postponed. And as of today, I'm getting a property under contract. My first one that's on market, actually.
Oh,
So yeah, so there was an on market deal listed for 380 in the same town that I did the previous wholesale, and I negotiated it down to 310.
nice.
Yeah, so I should get that locked up today, and then I'm confident I could wholesale it for about 15, 20 G's. So that should be my second one.
Let's go get this
Mhm.
going. Hustle, man. I love it, dude.
Yep.
Okay, so Anthony, what are some some tips, some feedback, man, to give to the viewer?
Well, the first couple that we already mentioned is just like the simple, lock up the EMD for sure. Bring in those volume of leads. Don't be wasting time like we described, because that can go on forever. And then the third lesson I learned was like you have to be shamelessly persistent in this game. Is like a lot of things don't get done unless you're on the seller, you're on the buyer, you're on everybody to make sure things stay on schedule. Because I experienced a lot of things just dragging out because people were just taking their time. And so those are the three like off the bat. And then in terms of a general, just pursuing wholesaling or real estate or anything to be successful in is, like you said, is you got to take action. So be clear on what you want and then just get after it. Because a lot of us, myself, I got stuck in that paralysis by analysis phase where you just want to learn and nothing's getting done. At some point you just got to start, and then you'll figure it out along the way. I mean, I made plenty of mistakes this wholesale deal, but at the end of the day, I got it done. And so that's what separates you from everyone else, is just get after it, start going.
Dude, I love it, man. That's what separates between the learner and the money maker. The learner continue to learn but ain't doing shit.
Exactly.
The money maker, dude, they go out and they execute, right? They execute, man. Like, listen, you're not gonna have everything figured out. Cause dude, Anthony, and I'm glad that you brought it up, man. I get people like, Khang, so where do I start? Where do I start? Dude, you want to start? Dude, I created 900 video, okay, right here on YouTube Plus. So you can go back to my old video and just start watching. But dude, after I tell you, here's step number 1, then dude, don't watch anymore. Like, stop watching, go do it. And then after you've done it, go back and then continue watching. Okay, now I need to figure out what's my next step. All right, you guys? So, dude, Anthony, man, dude, I'd love to have you a part of my Discord channel, man. Have you joined yet?
I have not. Let's do it.
Come on, dude. Come on, man. Shit. So, Anthony, for those of you too, dude, I love to have you guys a part of my Discord channel. If you can, I'll leave the link in the descriptions. But Anthony, I'll have Angie will send you a link to my Discord, man. But would love to have you on there, dude. We got people from talking about stocks, crypto, real estates, just business, and everything like that. So love to have you on, man.
For sure, love that.
Now, Anthony, dude, how can people reach out and connect with you, dude?
I'm on Instagram at ant_the_champ_Kassar. And then on Twitter, it's just ant_the_champ. So pretty easy.
Just IG and Twitter.
Yep.
Perfect. And you guys, I'll leave Anthony's link all down below. Once again, you guys, if you enjoyed this interview, if it does add a lot of value to you, please show my guests. Boom, smash that thumbs up. Really help out with the YouTube algorithm. And once again, you guys, I love the community that we're building. For those of you, if you have watched all my video, all right, if you watch all my video and you're like, hey, Khang, I still don't know what to do or where to start. I'm a little scared. I need a step-by-step guide. Feel free, go check it out. Go to my website. Check out, go to WTMfam.com. Check out the course I got for you. And, if you're ready to put in the WORK, I have the knowledge and the info right there for you if that's what you need. If you have maximized your freeway watching all the video and still can't get started, then go to WTMfam.com. Go there. All right, nice. Anthony, what are the last word you want to wrap up, man? Some last thing you want to say?
I think I just had one more thing here. Let's go get this money.
Love it, man. Anthony, I want to say thank you so much, man. I wish you nothing but the best, much more success to you. And I look forward to seeing you on Discord, dude.
You too, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, man.
Yep. Until next time, you guys take care, and ciao,
Peace.
Anthony. That's it, you guys. Once again, thank you so much for the love, for the support. If you want my free wholesaling contract, I'll hook you up. Shoot me a text to 1-206-208-0676. And let's go get this money. Let's go get this money. Well, I just love pushing buttons, so I keep on pushing. Also, too, is you guys, I just launched my skip tracing service. For those of you who haven't heard about it, all right, it is the most affordable and accurate skip tracing out there for real estate investors. Only 8 cents per skip. Minimum order is $4. All right, so go to KingKongskip.com, try it out, and let me know. Thank you, you guys. Until next time, take care and ciao.